Gang, what's happening with it? God damn it, I'm back at you with another video, bitch, and we back on schedule, cuz. Today we gonna be talking about how the fuck can we end racism today? Cause that's obviously one of the biggest motherfucking questions that the world is asking, but I really don't think they want the fucking answer.
Meditation in the Indies. I got these damn rocks hanging with me. I've been living for a fucking quarter century. I was a farmer in my past life, I had too many problems. I live past 86, I'm almost 25 tomorrow. I'm trying to build a fucking forest, cover gold all tomorrow. I dropped the chicken on the range, like my car fucked the Tesla. Bitch, I'm doing Creole yoga. I got depression in a headlock. I had to cut my dreads off. I had dirt in my dreadlocks. I went through so much shit cause I wanna say fuck.
So bro, check this out. Like I said, today we finna be talking about how the fuck we can end racism, and this shit it's really, honestly, it's not finna be no fucking answer that you wanna hear. It's not finna be one of them rooter-poo ass answers that involves going out into the world and changing somebody other than your fucking self. We need to go beat this up, stomp this down, shut them up, lock that up. None of that shit. All of these answers and solutions that we provide for ending racism, or really any other fucking topic that I can make a video on, but we're gonna start with racism. All the solutions that we have created and perpetuated to end this shit have proven to fucking fail over the last 60, 100, 500 fucking years. It ain't stopped people from hating people. Whether that's white to black, black to white, fucking Mexican to green, it don't fucking matter. All our solutions to stop people from fucking hating each other has not fucking worked at all in the last 500 some fucking years. So we finna talk about that shit today. First, bro, we gotta talk about what the fuck causes racism, you know what I'm saying? And I know if you've been watching my videos for a long time, this video might be a bit of a change of pace, but in all actuality, bro, I'm growing within myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm not only understanding that I'm very funny, but I'm understanding that in order to convey some of the messages that I choose to convey in the world, I have to be able to say them in certain ways. And it's certain shit based off the climate of the world, that the society that we've created today. Unfortunately, certain shit has to be said in certain tones of voices, because some people are not in a certain level and are not in a certain state of sadhana within themselves, or control or balance within themselves, to where I could just talk about religion or race and try to get it off as with like a laugh, but convey a beautiful message. They'll hear the way he's saying fuck, damn, and bitch, so he must be being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So this video is gonna be, you might get some fucking laughs, but it's not just gonna be that. I'm going to make sure that my message is conveyed. I've always been focused on, you know what I'm saying, the joke and the message, but now I'm working on the delivery. So we gonna do that. So first and foremost, what causes racism? It is a limited identity, you feel me? Limited identity is what causes any form of hate amongst another person in this world. Because if your identity is not that of everything in all aspects of life, to not be able to see yourself in another person or any aspect of life, even if it is an ant, your identity is shrunken down to your family, your race, your religion, skin color, country, whatever. Anything that is not composed in that identity, it is up for grabs. Meaning that, if I don't see you as, you would risk your life for two family members you love, your wife and your child, or your two children who you love, who are into it about to kill each other, you would damn near put your life on the line if that means that it provides a solution for where they can live joyfully and share this world amongst each other. You would go out happy to see that. But imagine if the identities of everyone else in the world were changed, far as the adults, and the identities of children were broadened, far as the children go, to where they can see other people as a part of themselves. Slavery didn't happen because motherfuckers was just born fucked up. Slavery happened for the same reason that the fucking Huns invaded fucking China. A motherfucker, if you ain't, my identity is limited to this group, this color, this country, this whatever. If you ain't this, I'ma get your ass. You feel what I'm saying? So if your identity is with the world, you see yourself in the next man. Shit, in slavery, them people couldn't see them people within, they couldn't see themselves within them people. So you know what happened? Get that motherfuckers. And after slavery, shit, the people that was enslaved couldn't see themselves in the motherfuckers that enslaved them. They couldn't see the pain that them people had to be going through, the bullshit, the trauma that a child has to be given to grow up to do another individual like this. Vice versa. The trauma that someone has to be given to hate a motherfucker who has been given trauma to hate them. Two people hating each other. You feel what I'm saying? Limited identity. Until the identity is expanded, shit, all this violence. Until a person, shit, man, what the fuck? Let me quote my motherfucking self. Cause I'm always on the motherfucking quotables. If a human being is willing, he can move beyond suffering. He can live beyond suffering. You feel me? When we march in this country, whether that's to protest racism, shit in the LGBT community, and all things, all facets, all different marches. When we march against these things we are not marching against the mentality that must be abolished within ourselves and within everybody else individually to change this. We're marching against a group of people. We're marching against the consequences. That doesn't matter if you're black and marching against racism, or if you're in a part of the LGBTQ community and you're marching against transphobia and shit, or if you Jewish and you marching against fucking Nazis or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck. If you are marching against the consequences of a mentality given to an individual by another individual with that mentality who refused or was not understanding of what they needed to do to change that, then you're not protesting against or for a solution. It's almost like it is exactly like growing a garden, knowing that your vegetables are fucked up, but instead of changing the way that you garden so that you would eventually learn that I'm fucking up the dirt. So by changing my gardening skills, aka changing myself, I change the way that I take care of this dirt. And if I change the way I take care of this dirt will change the way it takes care of this seed. And if it changes the way it takes care of this fucking seed will change the type of plant that it produces. It will produce a better plant, a more healthier plant. Versus you taking it personal that the plant is growing fucked up fruit. So instead of questioning yourself and how you living or how you gardening, you question the plant and be like, I'm gonna just take the bad fruit off. I'm gonna just go beat the bad fruit up. I'm gonna kill the bad fruit, lock them up and throw away the key. Fuck them. Don't actually build a prison system that talks about this shit in jail so people become wise in prison. If they don't come home, they can make other prisoners wise and understand that your identity is with all of life and you are just life. First and foremost, beyond your race, religion, country, caste, creed, all of that. And they will help less inmates be coming into jail by sending ones out with wisdom. And even the people that fucking come in jail and they're coming home, they get wise. You don't do that. You just pluck the bad fruit and be like, shit, well, some good ones must gonna come. Yeah, we've been attacking, we've been holding people accountable and fucking bringing down the hand of justice within not the system. We're talking about the individual. Every individual in the world, in the majority of society today, wants to play judge, jury, and executioner. Even if the court of law don't hold people accountable, we always try to be the one. We need to put you in your motherfucking place. Put yourself in your place. When you put yourself in your place and you live your life in a certain state, everything you touch will be affected by it. Shit, do you think Jesus, I don't even have a religion, but do you think Jesus would be the famous spiritual leader that he is, had he not had the strength within himself to sit on that cross, knowing he could pop, man, he could fucking snap his fingers and these bitches will blow up, you know what I'm saying? But have the strength in himself to know that I'm not gonna hurt them, because these people do not need judgment. They do not need punishment from myself. They don't need me to be the judge and jury or executioner. What they need is clarity to see that they weren't born this way and that their identity has become attached to this world to where they feel as if they have to harm me to live a safe and protected life because they think I am their enemy. Hey, they don't know what they do. Don't hurt them. Teach them. But before I compromise who I am and my understanding and my clarity of the true nature of our existence, I will die on this motherfucking cross. Same thing Martin Luther King did. I'm gonna teach this shit knowing that they out to kill me. But before I treat you the way you treat me, I will die. And somebody will step up in my place. But nobody stepped up in Martin Luther King's place. Nobody wanted to step up in Jesus' place. People have always misconstrued the messages. Martin Luther King, Jesus, Babaji, Krishna, Shiva. You know what I'm saying? All these people, motherfuckers have misconstrued the messages. So what they do is they look at it and be like, man, being fucking having love and compassion got that motherfucker killed. So fuck the strength. You see what I'm saying? Love your enemy because you see the hate that they were given to become this way, which takes not changing of the government, not changing of the police, not changing of nobody else. It takes changing within yourself to understand that this person had to be worked on in a way that brings tears to my eyes, to go from a beautiful little baby to a hateful individual, regardless of why you hate somebody or what they did to you. Because what somebody thinks about you and does to you is none of your business. But how you respond to them, how you treat them, how you talk about them is all your business. When the world treats you like shit, what you do? Are you a good person only when people are good people in the world? So it's safe to say if the world turned into complete assholes and fell apart where there was not a single kind soul in the world, you wouldn't be either, huh? Because you don't have control of yourself. You're controlled by the world around you and your sensory organs: sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing. That's what you controlled by. So when the world around you falls to shit, you fall to shit within yourself. Because like a tiger has claws as a tool of evolution to help him move through his physical life and live his life, and he controls these claws perfectly. You have a mind and emotion, but instead you can't control that. You don't know how to be a complete human like a tiger knows how to be a complete tiger. Because being a complete human would mean you know how to control your thought and emotion. You have a clear and understanding of what it means, but you don't have that. So when the world falls apart, you fall apart. When you can't buy your kids Jordans and all you can afford is Skechers, you lose your fucking mind and break down. Your child sees that and thinks that they have to have this in order to feel this way. So they go out and they chase the bag and destroy the world because their identity is only limited to their family. So if you're not part of my family, you up for takes. So we're gonna sell these drugs and we're gonna shoot these people and fuck the world up, because if I bring the bag home, me and mine will be good. Whole time not even knowing that you basically taught them that they could go out and do something to make themselves feel better within, when that's not true. Even if they brought $1 billion home and mama was depressed before that, she just gonna have $1 billion to distract her from the fact that she's still fucked up inside, and so will the child. Having strength means to understand who you are and remain that way, regardless. But most people will say, well, I'm cool with being weak. That's fine, but don't bullshit yourself as if you are strong. Live your life and understand that you are okay with being weak. Somebody hurt somebody in my family, I gotta get them. Don't mask that as strength, because that's not strength. You can do it. You may seek revenge because you have free will if you choose to do so. But don't do something and lie to yourself as if it's something else. Go get revenge with the mindset of knowing that you are weak and have become controlled by your surroundings. You cannot control how you feel, because if you could, you would feel what? Forever. Mad? If you could just snap your fingers and feel one way forever. God came down from heaven and was like, I could hit you in the head and make you feel one way forever. What you gonna say, mad? No. You're gonna say happy, make me happy. I would rather be happy forever and chase the bag and never get that bitch, rather than fucking be rich as fuck right now and damn near die sad and never be happy. You know what I'm saying? To end racism, a new mentality has to be spread. But the only way a new mentality must be spread is if an individual with that, the only way a new mentality can be spread, is if the individual with that mentality has the strength and clarity to make that change and evolve within themselves. No amount of marching will change you. No amount of the police changing will make you happy. Because so long as you are miserable within, and whatever the world within yourself is, that is all you will ever see out here. The world is improving. The world is improving today. And even if it's not improving, shit, it was the same way 60 years ago. We just didn't have the internet to be able to see the shit 24/7. But regardless of how much progress the world makes, regardless of how much progress the people around you make, if you don't have the clarity to see what's happening right in front of you, right here, right now, that you see and is a part of your experience, because when you talk about shit that's not a part of your experience, you're lying. You basically lying. You know what I'm saying? You're lying. Hold on. Make sure I said that right. I said that right. The only way you can change a mentality is if you change yourself. To march in the streets with your fist held high against the mentality. Choosing to love your enemies because you don't even feel like you have enemies. Because you see we are one of the same creation. You was just fucked up by somebody else who was lost. And I want to help them too. Even if it costs me my life. Children will see that strength. And they will adopt that mentality. A lot of people had to lose their motherfucking life for racism to become popular. For murder and violence to become popular. And now it's just popular. Motherfuckers ain't gotta die to think that way. Shit, you can just grow up and fucking just naturally want revenge. But just as people will and have lost their life to spread a mentality of an inclusive identity. A solution for all that's happening in the world that does not include a us versus them or a loser in the mix. Because what I'm saying does not involve somebody losing. It involves everybody changing and everybody growing. So instead of marching and protesting and fighting and arguing and us all black, white, Mexican, Spanish, all this shit, us fighting to change the world, motherfuckers would be like, well, you think you gonna get everybody to change? Shit, bitch, you think you gonna get everybody to march? Fuck make you think you gonna get all them people in the street? You're not. Fuck make you think you gonna make them people put you on TV? You're not. What makes your shit more valuable than mine? But my shit just sound crazy because I'm on the individual's ass. Every individual. The racist motherfucker and the victim of racism. The motherfucker that's hated and the motherfucker that's doing the hating. Because if a motherfucker hates you and you hate them, I'm talking to both y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to anybody that does not have balance within themselves to see what's really going on when somebody offends you. Being offended shouldn't even exist. We teach people we teach people today that you can't tell somebody what to be offended by. Yeah, I can't. But I can damn sure tell you should not be able to be offended. The world should not control you like that. You should have more clarity to see what's really going on within this person that's trying to hurt you. But as I was saying, the more people who adopt that mentality, even if they lose their life, children will see how strong Martin Luther King was, Jesus, myself, and everybody after me. They'll see how strong they was. And as a mentality spreads and more people begin to love instead of judge and hate, even to the people who hate them and do them harm. Because it take a lot of strength for a motherfucker to stab you up on a cross and you still not hate them. It's a lot of strength. But you can't even handle a motherfucker cutting you off at the goddamn red light without your whole 24 hours. Something that took 5 seconds fucked your whole 24 hours up. And you want a world full of people like that. It's good to have a world full of people like that, long as they got money, huh? Long as we make sure everybody rich, that's cool. They could be, it's okay if people are easily fucked up. If you are easily upset and fucked up, that's fine. That's natural. That's human. We call that shit human now. We done got so lost as to how to actually help mankind. We just call being fucked up human. See what I'm saying? But as more children adopt a mentality of what I was just saying, less people will have to lose their life. Cause yeah, you could take out a Martin Luther King, cause it was only one of his ass, a few of him in a world full of fucking anger. It was only one Jesus in a world full of fucking anger. Just like a few of me in this whole fucking world. But what happens when 200 million people out of 400 million people think like this? Yeah, you can't kill all of them. Eventually, the majority rules. And if the majority's mentality is to see yourself within everyone and every aspect of life, yeah, you up. You're fucking winning. You know what I'm saying? And at that moment, racism is pretty much gone. Hate, the need for violence, is pretty much gone. Once man has learned how to live past suffering, once man has learned to overcome and understand the true essence of suffering and being a victim, and that they are not limited, because when you beat the odds, you didn't beat shit. The world does not create limits for you, but the way that you hold the outside world within yourself will. My tree in the front yard ain't holding me back. But if I start to feel like that tree is in a spot where I would love to build a garden, and I feel like, man, I can't build this fucking garden because this tree there, man, fuck, yeah, I have just created a limit. When you beat the odds, you didn't beat the world, you beat yourself. When people beat the odds aren't physical out here for you to beat. What they did was they overcame the thought process and mentality that was telling them something is holding you back in the world. They no longer thought like that. They said, fuck the odds, meaning that fuck the limits that I'm creating for myself in my head. Bitch, we finna make it happen. And what they do? They don't get out of jail and say, man, life hard. Man, they get out of jail. They go get that little bullshit job. They start that rap career or whatever the fuck they gonna do. And they stay on that shit. And even if it don't work, them people be happy, man, because they sober, they living, you know what I'm saying? But if in most cases, they turn their whole fucking life around. Yeah, so when you beat the odds, you don't beat the odds, you beat yourself. Anything that you ever overcame in life, you didn't overcome life, you overcame yourself. Because all the limitations and enemies and shit you felt like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know what that means? No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Because, motherfucker, when you have a certain level of clarity and wisdom, you understand that the weapons are only created within yourself. So the moment that you embody within your heart that no weapon formed against me shall prosper, you eliminate all weapons within yourself. So if you're not creating any weapons or limits within yourself, how the fuck can a weapon prosper? It doesn't even fucking exist until you create it. History only repeats itself for the individual that does not grow or evolve within themselves. And that's all I'm gonna say, bitch. But hey, bro, look, that's all for this video, man. If you made it to this point, cuz, put a motherfucking chicken leg in the comments. We is on schedule. I got bangers coming for y'all just like this. I'm finna drop the Code 22 podcast. What's today? Sunday, Wednesday. I'm gonna literally film that bitch. Not Wednesday, Tuesday, and I'm gonna drop it Wednesday. So don't even worry about that. I'm on my shit, man. I'm sober as a bitch. I done been sober, done got sober, my mind right. I'm reading my book every day, doing my yoga every day. Oh, we're in this bitch. Oh, and if you didn't see my Instagram post, yes, me and my girl are moving to India for 6 months, and we're gonna go study Kriya yoga in the mountains, in the I think it's called the Valahiri Mountains, the Valgari Mountains. We're gonna go study out there, practice out there. We're gonna be away from social media for 6 months, so y'all not gonna see me for like 6 months out of this year at some point when I leave. And we not gonna be on our phones or nothing. We just gonna Leave shit where it's at. Go out there, live on the land, drink water from the land, grow food from the land, and do volunteer work in India and around the world while we're out there for 6 months doing our yoga, living, you know what I'm saying, in the land. And then when we come home, we'll resume with far more wisdom than we have now. But the last thing I'm gonna say is, bro, the Colt 22 fucking beanies are here, my dog. You know what I'm saying? The link to these is in my bio. Not fucking bio, I'm so used to saying that. It's in the goddamn description. www.22gang.com. I literally got a green one too, but I couldn't take a picture of that motherfucker. So yeah. But hold up, these fucking, I got the socks too. The pink socks with the red writing, the red socks with the white writing, the white socks with the blue writing, bitch, and the green socks with the pink writing, and the blue socks with the yellow writing. That's an ass elbow. But yeah, bro, if y'all want to get this shit, the link is down in the description. I love y'all. I'm gonna get the fuck up off here, and I'm knowing 2022 is gonna be great, because fuck a New Year's resolution. I've learned something better than a New Year's resolution. I've learned how to operate from a state of conscious action, not compulsory action, not being able to operate off urges. I stopped smoking because I wanted to, not because I felt like it was bad or none of that. I wanted to. I told my body to do it, and it's listening to me. I told my body to go to the gym today. It goes. I tell my body to make this video. It gets up and goes to make that motherfucker. I tell my body to go outside and film in the cold. It go out there to do it, and it lasts too. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about that. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. I'm that space in the middle, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we in this big, you feel me? But that's all I had to say. That's how we end racism. If you don't like it, you don't want to end the shit. And if you do like it, hey man, start your growth. Tell your babies and do what you can do. Spread a mentality that will live long past you. I love y'all. And I did my eyes myself. My girl a makeup artist. I'm learning from the best.
Boy, black bitch, look like wet fear. Peanut butter seats, Reese's puff interior. 28 grams, smoking straight skunk hair. Eyes red in my hoodie, shaking hands with giraffes. Mix, giving Nick, bustin' ass in the vet. OG in the booth, OG fogging up the room. No, I can't see.